Hey everybody, I'm that weird English teacher. Here's the bestie.
Hi.
We're going to be talking about how short weeks are not for the weak. Let's get to it.
So, as far as highs of the week go, I would say in my 10th grade class, because that's the highest level I teach this semester, in my 10th grade, I have a girl with the strongest RBF I have ever seen, I have ever experienced in my life. And she can attest.
It's intimidating. And you can try to oh, good morning, whatever. Nothing. No buy-in.
Nothing. I got her to smile for the first time in a month. I got her to smile. And I felt triumphant. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Y'all, the level of RBF, that is a huge win. I'm sorry.
It's unreal. It's really unreal. She does not smile for anything or anyone. It doesn't matter how positive you're trying to be. It doesn't matter if you're an adult. It doesn't matter if you're one of her peers. She will not crack a smile to save her life. And I got a smile. And I was like, yes! On the inside, of course, because you show too much excitement, then you might scare them away.
But it was also because of something you said, too.
Yeah, because I told a dumb joke. And she, chuckled and smiled. I was like, oh my God.
At me?
So now I know in order to make her break her frostiness, I have to tell dumb jokes.
And it'd be like that.
But it worked. And I call that a win.
Absolutely. Another win for me/us. We slayed at our summatives this week. We mentioned last week how we were gearing up.
Mm-hmm.
So we had, both 9th and then 11th, we had a summative test, but then we also had projects as a summative grade as well.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the summative test, fairly decent.
Yes.
All around.
Yes.
And marked improvement from formative 2 to summative.
We replaced their formative 2 grades with the summative. So that helped a lot of them out.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have nearly as many failures as we did last week. So yay!
And then for 9th, our first unit was narrative and poetic techniques. Uh-huh. So our summative has been kind of tied to our anchor text Long Way Down, which is a novel in verse. So everything is all the pages are very poetic written. And the major themes really center on loss, revenge, and cycles. So we had every student write a set of 3 poems, one on loss, one on cycles, and one on revenge. And what we're going to do is format it, gather them together, and then create a class anthology, which we will actually have printed, bound, and available in the class for them to read and admire and feel proud of.
Yes. And surprisingly, a lot of them did super well. Of course, we had kids that struggled hard in order to think of what to write. But the ones that I did read already, I was really impressed.
And overall, the focus and effort each and every single day made my heart smile.
Yes.
For sure. Because they genuinely didn't waste a single day.
No. I had no time wasters, which is so surprising.
I had one, I think Wednesday, the very first day we kicked it off. I was like, let's go out into the hallway, call mom. Because I had asked them, I was like, what are we doing? Why is our head down? And they literally were like, I just don't care. And I'm like, okay, I understand. Boop, boop, boop. And they said they just don't care. And it's the first day of a project, which is a major test grade. They said, what now? Oh, we're not doing phenomenal poems since every single day. Came to class prepared with their poems, ready to type. every day.
Like we've been saying, don't sleep on the resources that are available to you, especially with these younger grades. Parents are a powerful tool. Use the tool. You have their phone numbers right in front of you. We have the phone numbers of everyone right in front of us, especially for these younger ones. Use your resources, because if you can't motivate, mom will. A lot of the time, not every time, but a lot of the time, mom is a powerful motivator.
Yeah.
Dads too, not just moms, but most of the time when it comes to ninth grade, they're afraid of their mother.
Especially single dads.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They are superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And single dads of daughters,
they don't play that,
are next level amazing. And then my 11th graders, their summative project was, we're calling it like the Crucible patchwork quilt. So essentially it's almost like a one pager. So part of their sheet is a journal entry. They choose one of the characters from the Crucible and write a journal entry, 3 paragraphs from that character's point of view. Then they have one section where they choose like a symbol to represent character or a theme. And then like a 2 to 3 sentence explanation, and then modern connection of mass hysteria, paranoia, reputation, whatever have you, to today, 2025. And they really locked in and worked hard. I still need to go through, but some of them were like getting creative and like burning the edges of the papers to make it look like, and then, oh my gosh, one student, I actually have a couple that I need to print at home, because they were like, I didn't realize we had to transfer papers and I already burned I'm like, I got you. I'll paint it with coffee. I'll get it together for you. And I'll finish up that section, just do the rest. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to laminate everyone's sheet, hole punch, and then I'm going to use actual thread to, I guess, patchwork them, and then hang it up like a legit tapestry.
Yeah. That's gonna look so nice.
Yeah, and they were all like, so when are you gonna get this done? So when are we gonna see it hung up? And I'm like, you gotta give me time. But by next week.
And you know who will be helping to sew? Yeah. She hasn't even asked yet. I just assumed.
You You have such nimble fingers. I don't know. It sounds like a sewing.
But for 10th grade, we didn't so much do a project. They had to write an essay. And they were comparing 2 of the authors. I gave them a list of every story and every poem that we have read for this unit. And they had to pick 2. And they basically choose a narrative technique that they want to focus on. And they are writing an argumentative essay of which author did it better.
I like that.
And like at first they were like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. There's too many options. And once I broke it down for them and I was like, when in doubt, start with the thesis statement. Start with your thesis statement. Literally tells you what you are writing about. Start with that. Once I got their initial panic under control and they actually wrote a decent thesis statement, then they were just busting it out left and right. And I was really proud of them because I gave them 2 days to do it. And I was proud of what I was seeing. They worked hard. They were focused. They had like their stories and their poems spread out in front of them. And they were like, is this okay to quote like this? Is this how you embed evidence? And I was like really proud of them. I was very proud.
That's awesome.
Still have to grade those, but I'm proud of what I saw.
What about some of our 9th graders had us in near tears for some of their poems for loss? Because it's like we each had one student that wrote a poem about the loss of their mother. Excitedly handed, like separate classes, like, but each the same experience, handed it excited. We read it, are in near tears in class, like, oh my gosh, so-and-so, are you okay? I didn't even know. And they're like, oh no, mom's okay. I made it up. Mind
you, the one in my class, when he did that, I had just talked to his mom like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, did your mom die? And he was like, no, she's fine.
Is he all there? Like, mentally?
I think so. He's just an odd guy.
It's kind of weird. I mean, should we be worried? No.
No. They're wonderfully creative.
I was like, are you going to let her read this? And he's like, no.
But you know what? In my head, in a way, it's okay. Think about it. It's kind of sweet because for them, the saddest loss would be their mom.
Yeah.
So in order to get the emotion out, that's how I'm choosing to, I don't know. That's
how we're choosing to frame it. We're not going to go beyond that thought because anything else is just sinister and creepy.
It's empathy.
It's sinister and creepy. So we're just going to say, how sweet.
I haven't asked you this week, and maybe I should have asked before we started filming, but did you have any... Hold on. Were any of the ones about revenge, did they make you think, boy, when they type this, they're going to get flagged?
No. That never occurs to me.
Because we have this
we have a system in place in our school system.
Where there's keywords that if they type, it flags them. Every semester, and I do mean every semester, we are always, what are you guys assigning?
Yeah.
Because they're finding about this. Oh, it's just an assignment that we read about, because everything we read is deaf.
It gets flagged and sent to our principal. So he's learned though. Yeah. He has learned to contact us first before just pulling the kid and trying to talk to the kid and figure out if the kid's a threat or not. He has learned to check the kid's schedule first, and if he has me or her, if they have me or her, he knows, okay, they're reading something. They're doing something.
Because before I preface, I need a preface. Again, long way down was the anchor text, which is all about,
murder and revenge.
So we're, seriously using the word murder?
Let's throw out the M word. But
gun violence.
So, I had several struggling writers who, for their revenge poem, is I went to their house and pop, pop, pop.
And it must pop, pop, pop!
I grabbed this. They wrote about gun violence. And so I'm reading it and I'm like, that's going to get flagged. That's so good, baby. This is such great effort. You're going to get flagged. You're going to get flagged. You're going to get flagged. You're going to get flagged.
But again, our administrators have learned over the years to just email us. We're like, oh yeah, we were reading this. Yep. It's fine. They're not a threat.
Books that are approved by our county or district.
It's not our fault you approved this and we have them write about it.
It's not. Oh god. Well, yeah. So those were the highs.
Uh-huh. One more high. I have a child in my 9th grade that I really do feel is at risk. And when I say at risk, I feel like he's going through something. Between me just observing him in class and talking to his mother on the phone and just seeing the demeanor of his mother, he screams red flag to me.
Is this the red-eyed?
No. He just screams red flag to me he's at least going through emotional abuse. And it's just, I don't know. I usually have such a hard time getting him to do work, and he's such a non-starter. But when we started the poetry project and he wanted to write about cycles, and he was writing his poem by hand first, and he asked me to look at it, and it wasn't perfect. There was a whole bunch of spelling and grammar issues, but I saw where he was going, and I was like, this is really good, and I'm so glad that you're starting work, and I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And he just had his whole face just lit up, and he was just so happy, and he had the biggest smile that I had never seen in this past month. He had just the biggest smile on his face from me saying that I was proud. And I took a mental note of it, and I just kept doing it as the days went by. and he would like bust out another poem and want me to look at it. And I'm like, look at you doing work. I'm so proud of you. Good for you. And like scratch him on the shoulder, and he just lit up. But on the last day, he got into an argument with one of his peers, and they were like getting loud, and they were like fake threatening each other or whatever. It was a girl, and I had to remove her, get her out of the way. And he was like breathing hard because he was like getting upset. And I didn't pull him out into the hallway or anything. I just told him quietly, like, hey, you've been doing so well this week. You've been controlling yourself. We can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. Don't let her mess up everything good that you've done this week. You've done such a good job. I've been so proud of you, and I'm still proud of you. You're doing so well. And he just looked at me, and he just started smiling again and beaming, and he was like, okay. And like he completely just, like all the tension just melted out of his body. And I'm like, I'm happy, but at the same time, it makes me so sad. Because I'm like, do you not get that at home? And it just hurts my heart so much. And I guess that's where the whole school mom mindset just clicks in, because it's like no one tells them that they're proud of him. And he just wants attention, even if it's negative attention. But giving him positive attention and like actual verbal praise, it's like he's like a plant, and he's just absorbing. And it just makes me look at the ones that I deem as my problem kids. It gives me pause when I look at them now, that I don't react quickly anyway, but it makes me react even slower than I usually do, because it's like, what is the root of this issue? What is going on with you? What is wrong with you? And it's just showing me that sometimes they just need positive attention that they're just not getting at home. They're just looking for something that they're not getting at home. And I don't know. It just made me look at him in a completely different way. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, didn't mean to get deep, but
that's good. But it's true. Yeah. A lot of the time, and that's why this job, it really is a lifestyle, not a job, because we do take on so much, and respectfully, we do spend more time with some of these kids than their families, so their parents. And unfortunately, the only positive interactions they have that day are in our classes. So it is important to praise when you see opportunity to praise. That is sometimes the best redirection, because the more you praise what you want to see, the more they're going to do that.
Because they're longing for that praise, and they want to get more of it, so they're going to do whatever they can to get more. Mm-hmm. Which is just sad, which is what we want. We want the positive behavior, but it's just, I hate that that's what we have to do in order to get the positive behavior.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's just, the more years that I teach, it's just the more I see some of these kids have experienced more life than I have. And I'm like almost 20 years older than them. And it's heartbreaking, for lack of a better word.
I was telling my husband about that one kid who adopted me within the first week of school. Before the first real Friday, I was getting called mom. And that's a great feeling. And they are always, when I say directly under me, I mean, they don't even want to be in their own desks. You know, my podium, as I'm standing, sorry, Bubby, as I'm standing, they are always in my seat right behind me, literally tripping over them sometimes, and trauma dumping, honestly. And he had told me, like, well, just be careful because that could be a sign of something. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm well aware. They act like that because they need that. They're not just saying mom, calling you mom for nothing, because they need that role in their life. And that's what we take on. And we take it home with us too.
Yeah.
There are so many days where I've come home bawling from the stories that they open up to us about.
I was about to say, like, more than once you'll cry over a kid that is not yours, but you love them like they are. And that's also something that I would say to like new teachers, younger teachers. Don't be put off or offended when a kid calls you their school mom or their school dad. Like, they're not insulting you. They're not calling you old.
It's not about your age.
Like,
it's about their level of comfort with you.
Yeah.
It's a sign that you have created the environment that you need to create for them.
You're the safe space. And that's a blessing, and it can be a curse, because if you take on their feelings, it can weigh on you. And you have to it's like a balance. You have to balance your life and being their teacher, but also being the safe space. And it is a privilege. It is a deep privilege that I know, take very seriously. Like, if you're going to be my kid, you're going to be my kid. Because I tell the kids that call me mom, if I'm going to claim you, that means that I expect more from you. That means doing your work, paying attention, not just in my class, but in everybody's classes. I shouldn't be hearing bad things about you, because if I'm going to claim you as mine, I expect you to act accordingly.
1,000%.
But it's just when so many, again, we've experienced this, when so many claim you.
Talk about that.
When so many claim you at one time, it can be overwhelming.
and because we talked about, I remember a couple days ago, we mentioned how we always have had Velcro kids, but the level of latching this year is
intense.
Very. And you know what I'm struggling with? I'm actually struggling with the balance, because there's a lot of trauma dumping, and I don't ever want them to feel like I'm being dismissive, but how do you reroute them back to the lesson? Because you have 26 other kids in the room that you have to be there for as well and keep on track, including that kid. Because,
because like, this isn't a therapy session. We're in English class. So, we're in English class.
And it literally will hurt your heart, because you want to just let them get it out because clearly they need it. But it's like,
gotta get out of here pronto. I got a stage 5 clinger.
Chaos is ensuing around. I need to get back.
Because it's like, realistically, we only see them for 95 minutes a day. Realistically. So it's like, they want to say what they want to say and get it out and be loved on, but at the same time, it's a 95-minute class. We have to get through things, and I can't sit and talk to you. We have things that we have to do, and like, while you're sitting and talking, you're not doing the things.
I never even told you. That student earlier this week literally was like, Mom, I bought you something. And I'm like, what do you mean you bought me something? They're like, it hasn't gotten here yet. They showed me a Shein purchase of a mother-daughter necklace. Like, the half and half. I almost broke.
Wow.
That's a first.
Wow. That's serious. That's something serious.
This is the 5th week.
She's a 9th grader, right?
She's a 9th grader.
This is what we mean. It gets deep.
It gets deep. It gets intense. It's
a lot of when these kids adopt you, they adopt you for real. And again, it's so humbling, and it's such a privilege.
It's an honor.
Because it's like
and a
because
responsibility.
it's like you've been chosen. They picked you. They're like, oh, I'm safe with you. I'm comfortable with you. You're going to be my school mom. But it's so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. Love it, but it's overwhelming. And it is like, it's a balancing act. But like, if you can make it work, and somehow we always make it work, even in the midst of it being overwhelming, when you make it work, it's always worth it at the end. And graduation is always like more emotional than it should be. Because literally these are not our physical children, but we are bawling when we watch them cross the stage.
Bawling, getting forced, cheering for them ourselves, because it's like, you did that, but we did that.
And at the very end, when we're all lined up and they're walking out for the last time, and they stop the line just to hug you, because that might be the last time they ever see you again.
I know, I feel it, I hear it. It's a blessing. It's an honor and a blessing, honestly.
But I'm saying, like, we see these kids 5 days a week. So the majority of the week, we see them every single day. So it's not hard to get attached. We get attached.
Even when we don't want to, we can't help it.
Exactly. And it's always the most annoying ones that just get on your nerves and get under your skin. I don't know about you, but they always become my favorite.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works, but it's always the one. Yes. For me, usually it's always the one that I learn their name first, because I'm constantly calling it to make them sit down, make them leave somebody alone, calling their parent. I learn their name first on the entire roster because I'm constantly saying it for negative reasons.
Does it genuinely take you longer to learn the quiet kid's name?
Yes.
Me too.
Because it's like, if you don't talk to me and we don't like have a natural interaction, then it takes me a very long time to remember you're in the room, or even remember your name.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always the ones that get on my nerves the most that become my favorite kid. And I don't know how that
you know what's always funny is you'll go all year, all semester with a kid who will have been failing your class majority of the semester. There will have been interactions between you and that kid. And then that semester ends. Pass, fail, in the hallway. Miss So-and-so, hi. Oh my God, hug. Where was this? Where was this when I was trying to build a relationship?
No, when you have the kid that doesn't speak to you for the entire semester, they just sit in the back, they're quiet, they do their work, but they show no personality. You're like, okay, because you're not going to connect with every kid, and that's realistic. And you're like, okay, we just don't have a connection. That's fine. They do their work. Everything's fine. Semester's over. They pass the class as quietly as they were in there. And then you get a note from them on the
gift bag. Yes.
On the last day of the semester, and they're like, "You're my favorite teacher." Where did that come from? Am I? I think this is the most you have ever spoken to me.
Yes.
I don't know how that works either.
Yes.
But they're like, "You're my favorite."
It's the ones who will act like they hate you, though, that kill me. And then they're like, oh my gosh, hugs, wave. Like, what? You almost threw a desk in my class 3 months ago.
You've been silently ignoring me for 5 months straight, but I'm your favorite.
It's because they survived.
All right.
I survived you.
Yay.
And you know what? That's how it feels on our end too. Especially 4-day weeks that feel like 12-day weeks.
This has been the longest week ever. Like it.
That's why we said short weeks are not for the week. They feel like 12-day weeks.
They go by so slow. And I don't know why that is.
The kids try out way more.
Yes.
Like they've had that freedom and they forget to have sense.
They forget how to act. When they have a 3-day weekend, they'll completely forget all procedures, all rules. They don't know how to act. They've lost their mind in those 3 days. And I don't, let alone Thanksgiving and Christmas break.
So when do you have a guaranteed unhinged moment? On short weeks. On short weeks.
On that note, my unhinged moment of the week, I call him the pooper. Let me explain. So back to 10th grade essay writing, first day of essay writing, and they're supposed to be researching what they're going to write about and like outlining. Middle of class, he's like, dead serious look on his face, country as he wants to be. Can I go to the bathroom? And I'm like, okay. So he goes and he comes back and he's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm like, do what? What? Calm down. What? What are you talking about? You can't do it. He was like, I have to poop. I have to. I can't do it here. I can't do it. And he was like, I know I'm not supposed to have my phone, but I'm texting my mom. I want her to check me out so I can go home. And I'm like, you can't like go to the one by the office. It's like a single stall. Go to that one if you don't want to go to the regular one. He's like, I can't. We're at school. I can't do it. What if someone walks in? I can't do it. What if there's someone that needs to walk in behind me when I'm done in the one by the front office? I can't do it. I can't live with it. I can't live with it. And if I was his mother, I would have said no. But his mom says yes, and she emails the school, and she checks him out. And he just packs up his book bag so fast, and he was like, I'm sorry, I'll outline it at home. I'll be prepared tomorrow. I'll be prepared. And he runs.
There are some people who really aren't public poopers, though. Our old soul doesn't like going to the bathroom at school.
Move, bitch.
And I thought that was... I laughed about that the rest of the day.
Her unhinged moment was nicer than mine. My unhinged moment was... I'm not looking to be a narc, but it was brought to my attention. A text conversation where a student was communicating with another student in another period, and it came to my attention that through text they were like, oh, and your favorite teacher, that on my mama, I'ma slap her.
Oh my God! Wow!
That's due to being written up for unapproved cell phone usage after beyond numerous warnings. So, but then it was all smiles and sweetness after. I'm like, I'm on to you.
Same day. She saw the messages, and then when the offenders class came up, the last class of the day, then they want to act all sweet and nice.
So the project, we're doing this. I was thinking of this idea. And you know what sometimes pisses me off? When they're like, they genuinely are on it, doggone it. You know what I'm saying?
Because they came
like
in
the
working.
Audacity to be as rude as you are and then still be capable. You know what I mean? It's one or the other.
It's like, if you're gonna hate me, just hate me out loud. Like, don't be fake about it.
The impudence, the audacity, the unmitigated gall.
For real. God. But then I'm just like, it's really great progress. Your mind's in a great spot.
But what can you do?
Knowing I know what I know, your mind's in a great spot. I love it.
What can you do? There's nothing you can do about that.
It is what it is. F me for caring. I know. It's the darndest thing.
But we continue to move.
And we move gracefully. So then, manifestations for next week. I want us to figure out what we're doing.
Honestly.
Realistically, we need to figure out Unit 2 because Unit 1 is officially done.
Because I will say, we are not ones to plan things a week at a time. Usually we plan things a month out.
To 3.
Yeah.
To 3.
Like, we like to boom, 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 get the skeleton done, and then flesh it out day by day. So when we plan, we be planning like for a month in advance.
Right.
So,
and I mean, we have general idea, but with these new standards, just the layout of it and all, it does take a little bit longer in our defense.
Yeah.
So figure out the next unit.
Mm-hmm. Figure out the next unit, and that's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's a very big one. I think that's that's enough in itself.
You know,
like that's hours, if not days, of work ahead of us. So
we've even requested either a full or half day where we can just grab subs and hunker down and
bust it out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if we get that. We'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
This week, I do want to throw it out there to anyone watching, any newcomers. We are interested and open it up. We are interested in any questions you have. If you have any burning questions for us, our teaching experiences, anything specific, maybe in terms like a key topic that you'd like us to cover, go ahead, leave that in the comments. We've got a lot of ideas for videos coming up, but we definitely are looking for your input. So be sure to like, subscribe, and drop down in the comments anything you would really love to see from us. All right.
All right.
So time for shaking it out this week.